What is going on? Welcome into the DGD Podcast. As always, your host, Robert Reynolds, Keon Kendrick down below. Guys, we're welcoming Texas to the SEC the right way. And then we're bringing on two special guests tonight for it, KIERAN and the ghost of Texas football. Gentlemen, welcome into the show.
Appreciate it, buddy. Glad to be here. Appreciate the invite.
And KIERAN is muted.
You're muted.
KIERAN is muted. So whatever he's saying is on deck.
There we go. Sorry, my fault. Thank you guys for the invite. You know, we're ready to take over your show and your conference. It's going to be a good time, man.
Oh, bring that heat. That's what I expect.
From the jump, baby.
Oh, yeah. Keep that energy. I like it. This is going to be a good one. Guys, first things first, tonight's show is brought to you by our sponsors, Alumni Hall and Apotheos Roastery. Guys, we're going to talk more about those later. We've got too much to talk about. So we're going to break that down later, but we're going to jump right into this. Welcome into the brigade, already starting hot and heavy here. First things first, congratulations on joining the best conference in college football.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I agree wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
Just no more Big Ten champions after this, hopefully.
This is fair too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, Ohio State probably has the best shot, to be honest with you. But, you know, other than that, I don't know. We'll see. It's the great divide now. We got the South versus the North in college football, and I'm excited to see, you know, how things shake out. But being in the SEC, I'm very excited for the pageantry, the fan bases, the rowdiness, the craziness. I'm excited for it. So ready to slander the best of them.
KIERAN, I think Keon was super excited about Delta Dawn being played all the time.
Yeah, no, I think Delta Dawn, y'all about to get Texas Longhorn by Django Walker just piercing your ears whenever we score all those touchdowns this October. It's gonna be a good time.
Both of them. Yep.
Both of them is crazy. Yeah, all none of yours then if we're only scoring two. So we'll see.
We're definitely got a lot to talk about in October. But first things first, Ghost, I want to start with you.
Yes,
what
sir.
are your expectations just from a general standpoint? What are your expectations year one SEC football?
Well, I mean, you're coming off a playoff appearance, and you return a lot of the roster, and so especially at some of the the more important positions. You know, we got Kellen Banks on left tackle, multiple years of experience. Obviously, Quinn. We're a little bit new at wide receiver, not with experience, but just new and burnt orange. It's hard not to have high expectations, man. You look at the SEC. There's a lot of overturn at quarterback. There's not a lot of experience at that position throughout the conference, and so it's hard not to say, this is a chance to sneak in there. Not necessarily sneak in there, but go win an SEC title from the jump. Now, with that being said, it's not going to be easy. Got a lot of tough games. We have a favorable schedule. I'll be the first to admit that. But, I mean, you still got to go get shit done, to be honest. Georgia's not going to let us, home game or not, 2:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock. Georgia's going to show up ready to play. You go to that November schedule. I personally think it's kind of sneaky tough. And then, obviously, you have the Red River game, which is – anybody can win that game any given second Saturday in October. And so I've got high expectations. I think it's there for the taking, though. You just got to go get it done.
KIERAN, I'm going to ask the same question for you, man. What are your general expectations? I've heard a little bit already, but I'm curious to see your general expectations in year one.
So with me, I feel like I'm in terms of like the Kool-Aid drinking, spectrum that we have as Texas Longhorns football fans. I'm definitely more on the I'm drinking it a whole lot more this season. I think the expectation for us should be at minimum 10 wins. I think whenever you're building a program, regardless of us being our first year in the SEC and whatnot, it's year 4 under Sark. This is like a team that he has built up. It's a roster that he's built. I trust the product that he's building. If we're going to continue to go in the right direction, because we're still 2-3 years removed from being the laughing stock of college football and having all this talent and underperforming with it. At the end of the day, it's like, I really need to see us perform consistently. And I think with us, I do agree with Ghost there. Like our schedule is very favorable for us this year. I think there's going to be some games though, that it's going to be pretty reminiscent of the Big 12, where you have teams that are fired up to play you. And I know a lot of the SEC doesn't like the fact that Texas is coming in saying we're the most hated team, Whenever you have 3 teams that claim you as their main rival on your schedule, as soon as you join a new conference, and then other teams that feel a certain way about you saying these types of things, I think it's a fair statement. So I'm expecting to be a very, very good football team. I love the veteran leadership that we have at key positions. It's something that we've needed the past couple of years, and now we actually have it. We'll see. I'm excited to see how things shake out. I don't think we'll underperform, though. I think we're going to step up to the plate and play competitively with everyone, the same way that I've been telling people we will every single time we lined up with teams that people thought we were going to get blown out by, even when we weren't good. In our 7-5 seasons, in our 9-3 seasons, 9-4 seasons, we still went out there and competed with the best.
I think, something maybe outside of the Texas fan base, I think the common notion, and Keon, you probably see what I'm talking about, is people are, I guess you could say, hesitant to see the change in schedule, right? I think when you look at it, right, like Big 12, everyone has this notion that the Big 12 isn't what it was. But then when you look at the SEC, and obviously, listen, SEC we know is kind of top heavy with Georgia, with Bama. But as you go down, right, I think people just look at it as being stronger. I think for me, and I'm going to speak for myself here, I'll be very intrigued with how Texas does year one, just simply because not who you play, but when they play. And I'll pull up and I think this might be a good time to pull up the schedule for right now, because I got the schedule up and I want to kind of break this down. And Keon, I want to kind of all of us maybe talk through this and just understand where I'm coming from on this. So obviously, Texas fans, you're probably aware, you start the season Eastern Kentucky before going to the Big House, right? Then you got UTSA, ULM, Mississippi State starts your SEC slate before a bye week. Then you've got the Red River shootout, followed by hosting Georgia, right? Then you go to Vanderbilt. Very, very sneaky Vanderbilt, by the way. Sarcastic as fuck on that one. Before a second bye week. Then you host Florida, go to Arkansas. Then late, you host Kentucky, but late. And then going to Kyle Field to end off the regular season. And I think for me, gentlemen, I think the thing, I look at that two stretch of games right there. Red River, Georgia. I don't care what anyone says. Considering that is your biggest rival, in my opinion, Oklahoma, that 2-game stretch is extremely difficult for anybody.
Yeah. I think it's one of the more difficult ones. Also, I think first game of the year, we're actually playing Colorado State. It's
really?
Fighting, yeah.
Fighting
Jay Norvell's, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I think it's
put that on there. My bad.
Smooth cupcake game. Smooth cupcake game.
I mean, hey, the Fighting Jay Norvell used to be our offensive coordinator, man. You know what I mean? He might come back and try to have vengeance against us or whatnot. I have no clue, but I think
put that on us, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think that 2-game stretch that you were talking about with Georgia and with Oklahoma, I'm happy that that's a 2-game stretch that we get to play near home. You know what I mean? It's a nice little 3-hour drive up to Dallas. We're going to play that game. We're going to beat the shit out of OU. We're going to talk a lot of shit to Reese. Shout out to Reese. We're going to talk a lot of shit to OU fans just in general, you know? And then we're going to go back down and we're going to perform really, really well against Georgia as well. And I'm excited for that 2-game stretch. I think that's the portion of the season where you're going to find out if Texas is a real national title contender or not. You're going to find out, okay, are they a good team? Are they not? Are they underperforming, or are they a real national title contender? A real national title contender goes through that game, even 1-1, but they go through those 2 games and they show, look, we are still one of the better teams in the entire country. I think that's the key for us. Obviously, tough back-to-back stretch, especially from game planning perspective. Like, you're going to have to empty the clip in both of those games. Sark is a guy that he's a real sicko. He's probably going to have a shit ton of stuff planned as well. But I mean, this is being in the SEC. We have 3 huge games. Michigan going up there, defending national champions, even though they've lost so much, that's still going to be a huge game for us. Then OU and Georgia back to back later on in the season. Even though A&M could be 4-7 going into that game, that's still going to be a huge game just because of that rivalry and whatnot. This is like the most exciting I've been for a schedule.
I cannot wait to see that game come back. Texas A&M. I cannot wait for that game.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game at the end of the season.
It'll be exciting for the 2 years that people need to be reminded who owns who in that series. And then it'll go back to being what everybody knows.
KIERAN and Ghost as well. So you talked about 3 rivals, right? A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, I presume?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I think for me, it'll be interesting, right? I think if you listen to certain people, they're going to bring back the last game that Arkansas played, right, in Jerry World. Totally different times. So when you look at this right here, I think it's going to be interesting because, like, you know, KIERAN, you mentioned the easy somewhat schedule. And when you really go back and look at the conference schedule, you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. I think when you compare Oklahoma, being the new members, Oklahoma got the gauntlet compared to Texas. And, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Florida got the real gauntlet.
Boy, ain't no saving that. Ain't no saving that.
Shit.
Yeah,
they really got hit with it this year.
You're talking about
tough,
Georgia on the 2nd, Texas on the 9th. After you've already gone through half your conference schedule,
we got LSU, Florida State.
Their last 6 weeks are against
No.
people projected to rank in the top 15.
Yeah.
That's
why I always say I honestly feel like they're gonna go 5-7. I mean, honestly,
that'd be a great record for them.
Yeah, no,
5-7 would be phenomenal. 5-7 might save Billy Napier's job.
No, seriously, because here's the thing: you have to win the first 5 out of the first 6 games, right? But see, that's the problem with Florida. We know how this goes, right? If they're not going to win the first 5 out of the 6, so it's probably looking real 4-8ish, maybe 5-7 if they squeak out one against Tennessee, which can't lie to you, them and Tennessee's record as of late, insane.
It just feels like there are more avenues to like a 3-win season than there's almost a 5-win season, which is, I mean, that's tough. I mean, we're talking about Florida, like, not to disrespect the program. I actually like the program, but
no, I'll do it. They fucking really suck. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll definitely do it.
To talk about the schedule, you know, it's the SEC. I mean, give all the respect to the conference, but you do look at the schedule, you break it down, and you're talking about, you know, okay, Texas gets Vanderbilt late October, and then you're like, okay, a Florida game. But Florida's coming off Georgia. We're coming off a bye. Okay, we go to Arkansas, like you talked about a little bit. It's not. I don't care what anyone says. Arkansas, they cannot match up with Texas right now. If Texas stays healthy, like, I mean, they whipped our tail in 2021 up there. Whipped us around. Never had a shot in that game. But, I mean, I don't – right now on paper, there's just no way. They'll be loud. They'll probably cause some issues with the crowd and stuff. But then you go forward, and I think one of the sneaky toughest games on our schedule is Kentucky at home, sandwiched between Arkansas and Texas A&M. Because, like you said, we'll be fired up for the A&M game. Everyone's going to talk about it. And Kentucky got some dogs. They got a couple cats that can play in the league.
Yeah, there's a couple. That's just the SEC, man. I feel like there's so many like little sleeper games that it's just
you're
like,
right.
They might be able to give you some shit. And that's the thing. I think that's our next step going into the SEC. The big dogs in the SEC don't worry about a Kentucky. They worry about them, but I'm not saying they don't worry about them. But my thing is, like, you handle a Kentucky. Yeah, even though you might have a closer game or whatnot, with us, it's like, oh, they might be a like sneaky good Big 12 team. We would be sweating. We'd be stressing. If Kansas State's coming into town, Iowa State's coming into town, even though they might be 6-3 going into that game, we'd be like, damn, shit, we're gonna actually have to come with it. I think the big dogs in the SEC, Alabama, Georgia, even though the game might be somewhat competitive or whatnot, 9 times out of 10, you're handling business and you're not getting a real like last second scare like we usually have with other teams.
I'm gonna give you a secret here. I'm gonna let you in on something. When you look at a team like Kentucky, they might not sound imposing, but it's not the game, like the score that you're worried about. It's how the game is played. For instance, when you go back to 2020, I'm gonna go back to Georgia 2020. Georgia plays Kentucky up there, right? We lose like 6-7 guys in one game. The week before we play Florida in 2020, by the way. What you worry about with the SEC is just the level of physicality, right? Yes, you're looking at a Vanderbilt that's never really kind of going to scare you at all. You're just not. Yeah. And this is interesting. I want to preface this in a little way here. Mississippi State doesn't, their record might show a 3-win season, but for some reason they're still putting dudes into the NFL. And people don't pay attention to it, right? Yeah. I mean, it's super interesting when you look at the grand scheme of things. And I'm going to look outside of Texas's schedule, right? When you look at a team, like a Mississippi State, like I just mentioned, Missouri, right? Missouri's starting out. It's one season. I'm not holding anything on it just yet. I need to see consistency. But you look at what they're doing. You're looking at Luther Burden, Theo Weiss. Right, that's legitimate receivers. Then you got Williams Winery, things like that. You just look, and South Carolina. South Carolina might not be good, but they're still putting dudes in the league.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of it's going to be a lot more physical across the board. Scores dictate, scores outside the question.
Yeah.
The physicality is what's is what is challenging about the SEC. And anyone that's played a 9-game conference schedule, we've heard this, and you're going to hear this now until we change to 9. I'm just going to let it be known.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we haven't went to 9.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. I 100% do. I think that's whenever I get in arguments with Big Ten fans about the depth of their conference and whatnot, and then they start talking to me about top heaviness and whatnot, that's the type of thing that I bring up. I just think there's more NFL, big, strong, type bodies and athletes down in the South as well. I just think, you look at Mississippi State, like you said, how many NFL guys do they have? Chris Jones goes there. Under-recruited, you could say, goes to Mississippi State, dominates. Now he's one of the best defensive tackles of this era. You got South Carolina, who puts out dog after dog after dog. Kentucky's even putting them out now. You got Ole Miss, LSU. These teams can go 5-7 and then still at the end of the day turn around and put 5-6 dudes in the league just because they have those types of athletes. That's the type of matchups that you have in the SEC weekend.
People don't even realize Deebo Samuel came from South Carolina unless they really just like Deebo Samuel.
Yeah,
no. You have to really go through the motions with it, and I think that's the biggest thing. People don't understand. You really got to get through it, because the biggest thing that you end up losing, it's really the attrition that you go through. You might have a Kentucky lined up right before you play in Oklahoma, and you can end up messing around losing 2-3 guys going to that Oklahoma game, and you're looking at your roster like, damn, those guys were pivotal.
I got you right here. Check this out. You could be like Auburn last year. By the way, fuck Auburn, what they stand for. Hold on. Who am I to judge? Listen, they got bent over, no lube, at home to New Mexico State the week before they gave Alabama everything.
Hell,
literally
everything. That's what I'm excited for. Any given week, these teams can just give you an absolute challenge just because they're talented enough to do so. And that to me is one side of it. But on the other side, I think coming in, and I think Ghost will attest to this, and this might seem arrogant coming from a Texas fan's perspective, I'm excited to play teams that want to line it up against us, that want to go mano-a-mano, athlete for athlete against us. Because I think that's something that happens a lot in the SEC. And I think in the Big 12, a lot of those teams that end up lining up against you, they know they can't match up athlete for athlete with you. Oklahoma can. But Oklahoma also had better scheme for years and years and years and years than we did. Yeah. We are used to getting schemed the hell up. Texas Tech scheming our asses up. Matt Campbell coaching his ass off. Gary Patterson, coaching their asses off. I'm excited. And I think whenever you're the big dogs, I don't know if we're there yet. And I kind of like that we're in that position right now in the SEC. Please sleep on us. Please view us as just another game on the schedule. I would love that. I'm excited to see teams try to play us head up, straight up. That's what LSU did. That's what Alabama did. That's why we ended up competing a whole lot better against them. Whenever we played against, I still think the SEC is evolving right now. It's still getting better and better and better. It's the closest thing to pro football that college football has. 100%. 100%. But I think from a coaching perspective, I'm excited to play against teams that think, we can just line it up against them straight up. The same way Alabama did.
There's another factor that we haven't even talked about just yet.
Real quick, before you get into that, I did want to ask, so since Texas and OU are in the conference, what fan bases do you think are more agitated about the fact of Texas and OU being in the SEC now? If y'all had to...
Texas and OU, or just Texas?
No, just Texas in general.
A&M doesn't want to be here anymore. Yeah, we walked in the room and A&M's like,
yeah, we shook hands on it.
That's A&M right there. A&M.
You got to think on our end, we see the Aggies talking about, we don't want you here, go back, you don't belong here, you're not SEC. But in the last few days, since the official announcement on the first and everything, it feels like it's coming from everywhere. It feels like everybody's got to have an opinion on it.
Welcome to the SEC.
TriStar in the comments right now.
Yeah, TriStar
Talking
tearing it
crazy.
up in there. Tennessee Twitter went after us. You know, I mean, cool. I like the Vols. Let's turn it
I mean,
up. But,
listen, I'm super excited about this. There's several things, but now whenever it happens, you've got the battle for the real UT. All right,
Mhm.
I'm not here to argue. I'm just saying you got that right there.
Yeah.
Y'all get to experience Jordan Hare on a somewhat normal basis now. Maybe I will understand the reason when Georgia fans and when Alabama fans tell you that place is built on a voodoo graveyard. Maybe you'll understand.
No, that shit is haunted, man. I'm not gonna
You
lie
will
to you.
understand.
I'm in OU goes there this year, right? Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They
think it's gonna be easy pickings.
Do y'all
too.
know
I'm
the
like,
backstory?
okay.
Y'all know the backstory to that? Goes, KIERAN, y'all know the backstory to that, right?
So
The
what?
reason why
War
we-
Eagle?
No, the reason why we say it's built on a voodoo graveyard.
No.
2013. Dude, you had the prayer and Jordan
back-to-back.
Hare. Hold on.
Yeah.
And then the kick six.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Same year.
No, that place is crazy, man. I don't know. I was talking to OU fan after OU fan. They're just like, well, I mean, it's Auburn. They're not going to do anything. I'm like,
Jordan Hare is unforgiving, and it doesn't matter what team. Because look, 4th and 31 just happened last year.
Right.
It just happened last year.
It's crazy, man.
So y'all get to understand that. That's
Going back
We'll see
to
what-
kind of talking about the schedule for 1 second. It's going to be, I think, I mean, KIERAN's been to DK. I've seen Texas. I think there are some fans that are going to be in for kind of a shock when they're out there in warm-ups and the opposition, you know, they look physically like Texas does. They run like we do. You know, a lot of times we're lining up, and it's, with all due respect to Matt Iowa State or Kansas State, you know, like it doesn't look the same.
They never look as big as an athletic. Never.
Which makes those losses a lot more humbling.
It's so infuriating.
Sounds like Colorado, like y'all so little.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, but then we see Alabama and Austin 2 years ago, and then Tuscaloosa. Obviously,
seeing Alabama in Austin was a different experience. It was like,
different.
y'all are big. Like y'all,
big.
y'all are bigger than us. Like
we're big. Y'all are really big.
Yeah.
See, this is the fun part for us, because like obviously Georgia's going to go there, right?
Yeah.
There's so many guys that you could put as candidates for front of the bus guys. It's kind of insane. Like, and listen, kind of bringing this on a recruiting a little bit. Just let us get Jazeer Jackson. Let that happen. That's 6'11", 340.
Big jaw.
Sorry, that's not my job.
Yeah.
Sorry. Y'all know. I don't know what to do with myself.
No, yeah. Big jaw. I got to watch him a lot at OTE playing basketball and whatnot. He's always just been an NFL type body. Do I think we'll see how it goes translating it to football?
Right.
The base, I will be honest though, the base is there. My question is more so about the hands and physicality of the game. I think it's a little bit.
I think the footwork for a 6'11" ain't bad either.
No, he's huge. Like if you ever see him in person, I mean, like his calves are like bro, bigger than my head. Like they're huge, brother. Yeah, no, yeah. Like Keon's neck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's a big athletic kid. I think that would be. I would love to see him play college football. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, while we're on the recruiting thing, I do want to ask this, and I think this is something that Keon, as Georgia fans, we've experienced this with the SEC.
Yeah,
I don't think people understand when it comes to rankings. People look at the rankings and the numbers, right? The fit where you finish and stuff, and that matters that matters. To what extent? I ain't arguing that. But I think people have to understand that when you move into the SEC, your level of recruiting has to be substantially risen. What I mean by that is this. If, say, for instance, we'll use Texas right now, you are on 3 has you at 15th, right? With that being said, say you're in the Big 12, that might be 2nd or 3rd in the Big 12, hypothetically right now. I'm not looking at it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
The difference
15 might be first.
Well, okay.
In the current Big 12, yeah.
With that being said, in the SEC,
got a question that just dropped for KIERAN. You see it?
Yeah, we'll read that.
We'll get to
let me finish my thought for a second. So you're 15th right now, according to On 3. What happens to in my head is this: when you move to the SEC, that 15th spot instead of 1st or 2nd is now 8th, 9th.
Yeah.
Like, therefore, the the pressure of finishing with a higher class is substantially increased just simply because that's surviving in the conference, not the country, the conference. It matters, right?
Yeah.
It matters.
I think even us getting Sark, it was a key point for us. It's just like, man, you got to be able to build have the bodies, one, to compete in that conference consistently. Like you said, Keon, about the physicality. I mean, after our Bama game, team was beat up, man. We were beat the hell up the first Bama game last year. Team was beat up. You kind of saw it weeks after. It was just like, man, they're sluggish. They're not really recovering as much. I mean, the team was war out there. We tried our hardest, but at the end of the day, we didn't really have the sort of builds to be able to like compete with that type of physicality week in and week out. I think at that point it would have been a real struggle for us. Then you saw the next year we come out, we handle our business, we have a really, really good season as well. And I think most of that had to do with our physicality. And now I like the fact that we're coming to the conference with one, I mean, just nobody in the country has out-recruited us over the past 3 years other than Georgia and Alabama and maybe Ohio State as well. Like outside of those three teams, nobody has really done what we've done on the recruiting trail as good as us. Like especially in
Oregon.
Oregon's more through the transfer
before this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, before this year. No, not now. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see come signing day. We've had guys out of Duncan
Putting that ass in a locker.
By the way, that's
the
answer, Sark. That's the answer.
We've had guys out of Duncanville commit to Oregon in the summer and still flip and come back home.
That sounds like
it is
us
what it
in
is.
South Carolina and SoCal.
It is what it is.
Oh.
I want to do this right fast. Ghost, I want to bring a question to you.
Yes, sir.
One word that we haven't talked about yet, and I think it's almost just as important, and it's kind of a culmination of things. One word, depth. Depth is what's going to keep you afloat in the conference, right? If you're wanting to win the conference championship, you have to have quality depth at that.
Great.
How do you feel Texas sits up and from a depth perspective as you enter into year one of the SEC?
Well, obviously, the main thing with depth when you're looking at the SEC is you want to have depth in the trenches. You know, O-line, D-line, you want to be able to have some bodies. Borderline impossible to go through, you know, an entire SEC grind without some nicks and bruises. And you're going to have guys, you know, maybe miss a little time, whether it's a series, 2 series, a quarter, halves, games, you know, weeks. Like that's part of the game. That's part of, I think, Texas's fans' frustration right now. It's just going back to the recruiting part. You know, they want big bodies and they want them now, man, especially on the defensive line. And they see everybody else getting their share of the big bodies, and, you know, they're essential. You got to have them. You got to stockpile them. You can't hit on one cycle. Can't just hit on 2 cycles. You know, it needs to be every cycle you hit on a couple of guys, you know, they end up playing with you. And, when you talk about depth in the trenches, I think offensively, you know, we're set up really well. I think, you know, we for sure have a top 10 offensive line heading into college football with potential to, you know, be top 3, top 5 O-line. And then we have guys behind them that can step in if something does happen. Defensive line, you know, obviously we lost the 2 big bodies with Murphy and Sweat, and a lot of people talk about that. You know, you can't really replicate the type of success or game impact that those 2 guys had in one season. But we do have bodies, man. We have a lot of guys. Just someone's got to step up and make a name for themselves, and then hopefully, you know, the guys spelling them are ready to rock. Time will tell defensively if we do have the depth to be ready for it. But I'm optimistic, to be honest with you. Ask KIERAN about it. I like what we have at the moment.
KIERAN, which I'm going to bring this question over to you now. How do you expect Texas to replace a couple of guys I think that are probably the most important in Murphy and Sweat on the D-line?
Yeah, I mean, the easy answer for you is you don't replace that level of production. I mean, like that was our Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. You're not going to replace those guys. It's not going to happen. Now, what you can do is trust your development, trust your depth, and then your ability to recruit and get bodies in the transfer portal. Do I feel the most confident about it this year, though? No. I'll be honest with you. I'm not as confident about it. I am confident in PK's ability to stop the run because he's shown that's the area of improvement. That's the area of his defense that he wants to take away. He wants to take away people's run. And he's done a really damn good job of doing it the past couple of years. And if we can continue that, awesome. There's guys that can step up. There's guys that have been there that need to step up even more. Alfred Collins was a top 30 player in the country coming out of high school. If he shows up, I mean, we've all seen flashes of it. I mean, the dude had a fucking pick 6 in the spring game. His freshman year, he's getting one-handed interceptions. I think the thing that excites me the most about him is he was a guy that was moving around. You had him at a 5 tech all the way into like a 1. And now it's just like, no, you're going to be a 320-pound defensive tackle, which is what I've been screaming about for the past couple of years. You have Chris Jones's physical type attributes. Put him in a position where he can learn and try to build in that area. So I think it's going to be depth. I think there's going to be rotational pieces. We're not going to be anywhere near as strong as we were in that position last year. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but I think the pieces around him is where we will step up. Do I think our defense stopping the run or our front 7 is going to be as strong as it was last year after losing 3 NFL players and NFL players the year before that as well? No, I don't think it is. But at the same time, that was the strength of our entire team last year. That was the unit that was exceptional. Probably one of the better run-stopping units, if not the best run-stopping unit in the entire country last year.
Yeah, I think statistically, y'all were right there.
Especially the second half of the season. Oh my goodness, everyone struggled running the ball against us. And I think overall, you're not going to replace that, but you're going to get a very talented linebacker, Ant Hill, in his second year starting. Got an opportunity to play a lot last year and learn.
You have Colin Simmons too in year 2, right?
He's year 1, still year 1.
But he's year 1. Sorry.
But you get Ethan Burks playing for it's now year 2 for him as well, or year 3 rather. Colton Vasek, our highly rated edge as well. I think he was like top 150 or something like that. It's going to be year 2
Trey
for him.
Moore.
Yeah, Trey Moore. I think where you lost it in the defensive tackle room, you're going to get it back at edge, like you said. But
the sum of all parts, we're not going to be the same type of successful defense. Even if we are successful, it'll be in a much different manner. It'll be from improvement everywhere else. But.
Yeah, you downgraded the defensive tackle, but I think you upgraded at edge. You upgraded in the defensive backfield. So it's really on the coaching staffs to place these guys where they need to be. It's not that we're at a lack of talent, I don't believe. I think it's more so just how do you structure this defense without your strengths being in the same exact place? And I think PK is a good enough defense coordinator to figure that out for me. And more than that, I'm excited about the level of experience that we have coming back. I'm a big fan of that.
I think you need it when you're coming into this conference year 1. I think that's going to help a ton. In theory, I say in theory, but Keon, I think this is going to be interesting. But I want to pick y'all's brains on this whole quarterback situation. I feel I might be wrong. I feel like when you hear Texas, you have that most of the fan base is content with Quinn. But to me, I get this feeling that there's just some like invisible short leash on him for Arch Manning. Is that a thing? Or I don't know. I get the hype behind Manning. I do. But at the same time, I just feel like this is Quinn's team. Just continue to develop. Which one is it?
So, I'll let you go first on that one, Ghost.
You sure?
Yeah. I'll let you go first. Yeah.
No, okay. So, I would agree that it is Quinn's team. I think you look back at Quinn and the people that really followed his recruitment and know his backstory and history. There wasn't a lot of experience, like game experience going into last year. And even last year, he missed games. And so I think that, from the jump that he made from 2022 to 2023 was pretty substantial. He added a little bit of game with his legs. That was huge. Helped us out in some key spots for first downs and extra yards, of course. But you want to see that jump again, because I think that every Texas fan or most Texas fans would agree that last year, we lost the Oklahoma game. We had 3 turnovers. Quinn has 3 turnovers. Without those turnovers, and then we punched the ball in 1 time out of 4 tries on the goal line. We walk out of there with a win. And then I'm not going to put the Washington game on him, but he had a couple of other weird games. And so I don't know if the Manning name just in our fan base has everybody thinking like, perfect football. That's not what he'll be. That's not what he's going to be, especially with no experience. So I think going into this season, 110% Quinn gives us the best chance to win. But at the same time, they are worried about his ability to stay clean, stay healthy. And if he does miss time, that's where it gets really interesting, because if Manning comes in and plays even remotely well at all, you'll start to hear a lot of noise about Manning and being the guy. So
it sounds like something we dealt with Eason and Fromm, Keon.
Yeah. Man, I thank God that shit's over.
It's funny because it's true.
So that shit was horrible, man.
I'll give you this, right? So other than the 2 years with Sam Ehlinger in 2019 and 2020, Texas has been put in a position since Colt McCoy to play multiple quarterbacks in a season. Given injuries, there's been multiple quarterbacks starting games every single season since Colt McCoy outside of Sam Ehlinger, simply because of injuries and whatnot. So the thing is, do I think Arch Manning might get in the game and actually start some games? It's every single year, except for, I think, actually, no, Garrett Gilbert started every game in 2010.
In 2010, yeah.
In 2010, yeah. So Garrett Gilbert did. But then after that, you had Case McCoy and Garrett Gilbert. You had David Ash and Case McCoy. You had Tyrone Swoops and Gerard Hurd. Then you had Shane Buechele. Then you had, what's it called? Shane Buechele. No, Shane Buechele started every game, I think, in 2016, though, as well. But, yeah, there's been injuries. And he might have missed one. But I digress. 2017, you ended up, like, Shane was the starter early on, and then Sam Ehlinger ends up coming in. Sam gets hurt the next season. Shane had to step in and play a couple of games. Like it's been an injury laden position. I mean, like, quarterback's tough, especially whenever you have guys that are coming in and getting hurt.
Add on to that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, no. To add on to that, I think there's a good comment here. Since you're on that topic, what are the odds that Arch will have to win an SEC game this year for the Longhorns?
I hope slim to none. I hope we don't have to use our backup quarterback because injuries happen. I think overall, though, Quinn Ewers played at a damn good level last year, to be honest with you. Overall, I think it's tough, especially with Texas, because everyone expects this offense to be that 2020 Alabama type productive, because we have all this speed and all this talent and these running backs and this great offensive line that's now veteran leadership and one of the best play callers in all of college football. If it doesn't look like that, it's like, oh, well, damn, like, we're doing this and this and that. I mean, the dude went out there. He had, I think it was like 3,400 yards last season, and he missed 2 or 3. He would have been a 4,000-yard passer, probably would have broken the school record for passing yards last season if it wasn't for him having to miss 2 games. And I think overall, yes, there is a crazy amount of excitement about Arch Manning, and for good reason. I mean, I get it. The last name, number 1 overall quarterback in the class, all this other stuff. He looked really, really good in the spring game as well. I think overall, it's always what's next at the University of Texas. It's who's the next up guy, who's going to be this and this and that, because we need this savior of the program. Quinn Ewers is giving you continuity. Quinn Ewers is giving you consistent play as well. If he takes the same leap that he did from his freshman year to last year, from last year to this year,
it's on.
You're looking at a Heisman winner. Like that leap that the amount that he grew over that one season. Y'all remember? I mean, dude, he was throwing the ball backwards, fumbling, and then having to fall on it because he had no clue what was going on. He was throwing 3-4 interceptions against Oklahoma State and could not hit the side of the barn, had a game with 30 incompletions. He went through that fire because Steve Sarkisian trusted in his development. I'm not here to say, like, okay, oh, he's this and this and that. He's not really going to be where he needs to be, yada, yada, yada. Even if he's not an all freaking world Heisman level quarterback, I expect him to be in New York. That's my expectation for him this year. I think he can be that good. I think he should be that good, given his talent and the rate of development that I've seen with Steve Sarkisian. My thing is, though, I'm not really sweating it. I'm not really sweating it at all. I think overall, Quinn Ewers is who I trust in this situation. He's the veteran leader quarterback that we have right now. I think it's very much like that you have a very talented guy as a backup, and I love that we do. It's awesome that we do. But I'm not stressing it. I'm not thinking like Arch Manning's going to have to come in and save us in a couple of games, or Quinn's going to get hurt again. I think Quinn's done a better job of taking care of his body, especially after he got hurt last time, because the first time he got hurt, Dallas Turner popped his ass. He was young. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. Last time he got hurt, it was out of Quinn being dumb. Like, he was out of Quinn trying to drop his shoulder into a 255-pound linebacker running downhill at his ass, knowing good and damn well he wasn't going to be able to take that. Like, that, I think he's grown. He's growing.
Well, he's got to play safe and protect himself, especially with the conference change, man. That's
part of the overall growth and maturing and develop. I mean, it's all aspects of the game. We're talking about taking care of your body, like KIERAN mentioned, talking about playing smarter, protecting yourself. But yeah, like if he improves on the consistency aspect of his game and makes another big step in that, I mean, I absolutely agree and piggyback with KIERAN. He should and will be in New York if he
improved drastically even last season. His ability to start making throws on the run and do it, he got so much better throughout the season.
I think he's just got to protect the damn football.
Yeah.
How many times we sat there and watched like just a dumb throw, and just like watching from a third party, it's like, why'd you throw that? Like, or like you said, protecting the football, maybe not even just throwing the ball, running the ball, right? Like that's cool, but at the same time, you don't want to turn into a Jaden Daniels. You don't want to turn into a Jackson Dart, man. Just getting if y'all remember,
think about that clip of Jaden Daniels jumping into a pile of people for no reason.
Bro, just getting caught and
just
then
crash dummy shit. Like
it's a terrible look.
On some superhero shit.
He Super Mario jumped into a pile of big bodies, bro. That's so funny.
And somebody caught him midair and was like, "What? Are you serious?"
No, sorry.
But not when you have if you think about it, Jaden Daniels last season. Once at least 4 or 5 weeks straight up, maybe I might be wrong. Once a week he was getting popped. It was like, you can't be doing that consistently in the SEC if you want to be protecting yourself. Like you've got to be protecting yourself. Like that's why it shocks me about Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart was doing that, and the willingness to run is cool. I'm not gonna hold you against that. I mean, hell, Milroe. That's what Milroe's good for.
I don't think you got to tell Texas fans that between Colton 09 and then Quinn in 2022 versus Bama. We know we got to little heads up, be smart out there.
But at the same time, like if you look back to Jackson Dart, right? Jackson Dart knocked out of the game.
Bro, he gets one more concussion, he might forget what his name is.
It might be over
all the way. Like all the way serious. Like
all the way serious. You know the thing.
No,
I didn't realize he had
Doodle
that
Bob after one more punch.
Yeah.
Nah, do one more to sound like Joe Biden. Try to talk. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I digress.
I bet you I beat you on the golf course.
6 handicap.
It was funny.
Yeah, that shit was bad. Gracious, bro. That was bad. Anyways, I want to do this. Sorry, guys. You can go on and on about that. I want to ask y'all's answer to this before we kind of transition into our next, the last segment, and that's our draft. I want to ask this kind of a random question, but moving forward, now that you're in the SEC, you have Oklahoma, you have A&M, right? Those are your set rivalries. What team are you looking to kind of manufacture a rivalry with the most?
Go ahead, KIERAN.
Manufacture a rivalry with?
Well, yeah, think about it this way. Think about it this way.
Is it manufactured the UT rivalry? Because that shit's gonna be fire. The battle of like real UT, who's the real UT? Year after year, that shit's gonna be fire. Well, that's gonna be a fun ass like series. Like,
think of when I mean manufactured, think of it as like LSU, Florida, where there's really no. You see what I mean? Like there's no.
No real reason for it to be there.
It's not like Georgia, Florida. It's not like Auburn and Alabama, but you play cross division rivalry, right? Before the divisions, you played them every year, and it just built, and it was the battle for DBU at one point.
I'll be honest with you, naturally and geographically, I think in 20 years we're gonna look back and be like, damn, Texas and LSU, that's a real rivalry. You're right next to each other. I think they've had their like little thing with A&M and whatnot, but I think that game, it's not going to be an every year game because they're not like one of our protected rivals or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think that game, when we played them, it's a little something. It's a little something.
Yeah.
You got a lot of East Texas kids on the team. You got a lot of East Texas kids on LSU as well.
LSU, like, Houston was always huge.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, even like KeiRAN's from here.
Yeah.
LSU really builds the roster with Triangle, Louisiana, and Houston kids.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beef between the Houston kids and the Dallas kids. That's what dictates most Texas state championships in the state of Texas.
I do want to let it be known we have the best football out here in the DFW, out here in the Dallas area. There's no questions to be had. All that Houston stuff, it's cool. Appreciate the players that are at the University of Georgia. But I mean, if you're not Triple D repping, I don't know what to tell you.
100%.
I think last year backs you up big time on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my North Carolina. I'm gonna sit here in my little bubble.
For myself, though, if you're talking,
listen, no, I'm just covering
I
it,
respect
guys.
it.
I'm just covering
I
it.
respect it.
Listen,
I
stick with it. I'll just cover it. I
North
do.
Kakalaki.
North
There it is.
Kakalaki. Yeah, no, it's
Listen, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying North Carolina's the best. I'm just saying I'm gonna stick to my North Carolina coverage. Simple enough. There's too much football out there for Texas and Georgia. Your boy Georgia and Texas spoiled as fuck. I watched. Listen, as a kid growing up, born and raised here, I've watched the come up of high school football. It used to be a basketball state. Still is. Still probably the basketball state, to be honest. Not anymore. I think high school football is kind of changing, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, I think you look at 2025 because hell, you just alone 2025. You start off with Jaden Blair just committed to Notre Dame up here out of Winston-Salem today.
Damn. Yeah.
But 2026, and listen, this is a normal year for y'all. I get this, but this is not normal for us up here. It's just not. You've got Faison.
Yeah.
Kendre Harrison, Ekene Ogboko. You've got PJ Dean out of West Forsyth. That's four or five stars right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy year for North Carolina, to be honest.
Well, listen,
pretty wild.
There's
we'll see what the
there's a name in 26 that I'm super excited to see. You got Thomas Davis Jr., the Aiden, you got the Harris brothers out of Weddington, but Brody Keefe, watch for Brody Keefe, receiver out of Myers Park. Yeah, I think he's that dude. I mean, listen,
you guys have
if you're a sophomore,
10 players in the top 200. That's really good. That's really good for North Carolina.
If you've got, and this is how you know this is it. All it took for me was sold on it before I even watched the film. You're a sophomore, and Brian Hartline has recruited you and offered you.
Yeah, stuff.
All of
that's a lot.
Watch the tape.
Yeah, I mean, this might be flipping though, because Dallas is coming for y'all with the basketball talent.
No, seriously. Seriously.
We're like that in basketball now.
I know this is kind of off topic, but growing up, man, you couldn't listen. North Carolina up like lower Virginia, boy, pulling all the talent. Like I remember, let's see if y'all remember this name, Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, of course.
When I was in high school,
Dallas Maverick legend Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, exactly. Dallas Maverick legend.
Fun fact.
And Tar Heel. Let's go.
So when I was a junior in high school, our basketball team, we went to the 3A state title and played Kinston with a committed sophomore Reggie Bullock. Lost by 2 points. Yeah. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But no, I think listen, North Carolina is nasty. Yeah. I'm loving it. Yeah, and by the way, UNC, if Kendre goes to y'all, yeah, he's gonna be straight.
Yeah, it's gonna be up. Straight. It's gonna be up. We're gonna be celebrating.
Hey, now I know this is a random question, but this is a question for KIERAN. I know, but you OT7, you saw a lot of them Carolina kids or no?
Yeah, no, I got to see a couple of them. I mean, what's the kid's name? I'm trying to think of him right now.
Samari?
No, not Samari. What's his name? Hold up, let me see.
What position?
Well, David Sanders is like huge.
David Sanders, Leo Delaney up there. That's 26 kid. I'm trying to think what position I can try to help.
A couple of them that were out there.
I like that. I mean, I'm telling you,
he's not coming to 9, but no, like you guys have some talent out there as well.
No, it's completely different. It's completely different for us.
We do. Speaking of OT7 and the high school kids and whatnot, I do want to respond to the question because I feel like I have to. That you were asking me about earlier, Keon, with the Corey and Moore. Look, man, I support the kids first and foremost ahead of any other school. I don't care where they go. To be honest with you, whenever it comes to kids that I know, wherever a kid can go and make generational money, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? And also, even deeper than that, when you really know, I mean, guys, a little research, see who the high school coach that DeCorian Moore plays for, and then see who the wide receiver coach at Oregon is.
It makes sense.
You know the type, what position he grew up playing. To be honest with you, I think it's
the smoothest handoff we've ever seen in recruiting.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, as soon as he got that job, I started being concerned, and I mean, kind of saw it coming for a little while, especially after Corey's visit, which I heard really, really, really well. So I'm happy for Corey, man. You're not gonna hear me say a bad thing about that kid or any of this BS that is being pushed about him being a bag chaser and da-da-da-da-da. It's what the sport is about, man. This is what the sport is about. Your football career is going to last about 15, 20 years if you're lucky when you're a highly ranked high school recruit from that point on. If you're lucky, if you're extremely lucky, it can last that long. So at the end of the day, man, knocking a kid for changing his family's life and or doing anything like that, you will never hear me bash someone for choosing to go to a school that is not mine. Never going to happen. Not going to happen whatsoever.
This whole situation, it feels like me and Faison, where he knows I'm a Georgia fan. I got that G on my chest right now. But at the same time, I talk to him, and I don't even talk to him about a certain school. I just kind of just talk to him and chat it up. Like he knows Tennessee. Like Tennessee fans watch, he knows that shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you just let them do their thing, and you just talk to them, man. It's the relationship rather than trying to recruit them. Like I feel like you see what I'm talking about, Kieran. I think you.
Yeah,
get,
no.
Yeah.
I got you.
No, I feel you. I think it's all about I don't know. Whenever I'm talking to the kids, man, I'm usually just roasting their little asses. They just got their little egos and whatnot, so it's just fun to talk to them. Talking about all the SFE dudes at OT7, Devin, all these dudes are gonna be in the NFL and whatnot. And I'm just like, man, you really couldn't guard me though. To be honest with you,
I just wrote myself like, man, I'm glad you can do that because I can't do that no more.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, but I mean, a lot of these kids are really, really good kids, man. And this recruiting stuff, to be honest, now that I'm like really, really more so involved with the kids and their processes and all these other things, man, it is what it is, man. I want my coaching staff to do its job, and I want to have a really, really solid team out there. But one kid being on my team versus not being on my team isn't going to make or break my program. So at the end of the day, it's like, it just kind of is what it is, man. I'm very happy for DeCorian Moore, and I'm very happy for any kid that is, put in a position to be a 5-star, and have changed their family's lives and whatnot, bro. I love the NIL era. It's awesome.
Kieran,
with that said,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Gus.
With that said, boy, Dan Lanningham is back right now. Oh my God!
Man, look, Phil Knight wants to see a national championship before he croaks, man, and he is going to do it by any means necessary, dog.
Still got to come through Athens.
If only Jerry Jones would adopt that same model, huh, Kieran?
Bro, Jerry should start paying these dudes out of pocket, man. That's all I'm saying. Start sliding something under the door.
No, it ain't gonna happen because he's from Arkansas.
I'm telling you, Jerry needs, like, if I was an NFL owner, I'd have a group of friends, NFL hedge fund, if you will. And I would tell the motherfuckers, look, you want him to be a free agent here? Offer this motherfucker a crazy ass deal or stake in your goddamn oil rig company or whatever the fuck, and we're going to get him. Free agency should never be a problem. Let's play dirty. You know what I mean? Just too business savvy over there, man. They're all by contracts and all this other nonsense.
All by the book and shit.
So I'm saying, they need to be SEC recruiting. I'm so happy we're in the SEC. We finna get nasty. Shit finna get real nasty. And the NCAA is like, pay them. Oh, this is a perfect time to be here. Because I swear on everything I love, this whole development shit not gonna matter no more. I'm like, you can develop them for me. I'll take them when they're done cooking, please. I love that so much, man. I love that so much. I don't need a staff full of developers. Give me a staff full of play callers. Give me some schemers. Give me someone that can pay some people some money. Look, you want to make it to the NFL? You want a better shot of getting seen? You want to compete for national championships? Come here and make a lot of money while doing so. That's all I care about. Transfer portal. Pro Deion Sanders.
If anything, come here, play a good season, get you a Lambo truck.
Yeah, like if you're a wide receiver at a shitty program that doesn't develop wide receivers as well, like Georgia, you can come to Texas and be a first, almost be a first round pick.
Still get drafted right behind Ladd McConkey.
That's crazy. Still, I mean, honestly, maybe you would have got drafted higher if there wasn't already a better wide receiver on the team that was developed to Texas. Who went first round?
Hold on. Ready for this? Ladd McConkey went higher than your Biletnikoff winner, Tennessee. Fuck out of here with that.
That's tough.
Fuck out of here with that.
That's pretty cool, bro.
Yo, all jokes aside, fucking love Ladd McConkey. I really like Ladd McConkey.
The exciting whites.
I mean, like, the buddy doesn't look like he should be playing wide receiver in the SEC. Like, we call it like it is, and he balls.
He was easily one of the shiftiest and most explosive ones.
Mitchell.
No, yeah, I was saying thank you for it. We had a very quality number 2 last year. It was awesome.
God, I love A.D. Mitchell.
I miss A.D. Mitchell. I really I want A.D. Mitchell back. Yeah,
I think it's.
I knew A.D. Mitchell was good when Keon wasn't like, because you know how programs are. Like with Bama fans now, they're like Isaiah Bond. Who gives a fuck? Y'all were like, fuck. He's gonna be fucking good for y'all.
Bro, I literally came into a Texas space on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey guys, now's the time. Say thank you. We just gave you your best wide receiver."
Yeah,
that's not true.
Nah, Keon did this shit. Me and Keon Bank, right? Shout out to the guys from the spaces. Walk up in that bitch. We're like, you got your receiver one, day one.
And everybody was like, "No, it's Xavier Worthy." I'm like, okay, when you need a touchdown,
excellent first round. I'm just saying. I do agree though. I mean,
at the same time, who helped cook Alabama? Who helped cook in the playoffs? Did that shit for us too. Did it for us too.
Show that, man.
Everybody remember that go ahead touchdown against Ohio State.
I wish we could have got him a third natty. That'd have been one of the best fucking college careers anyone had ever had.
That'd be insane.
That was tough that we let him down.
Can't believe y'all dropped the ball.
I can't believe y'all did against Alabama, and now we have to have Michigan win the national title because y'all would have beat the shit out of Michigan.
I mean, you took A.D. Mitchell from us. Had we have him, we could have won the game.
I'm just saying, you ain't gonna hear us bitching like Florida State. You ain't gonna hear that, but I still find it blasphemous that we fell 1-6.
I can give you 6.
I'm happy y'all lost though, because if y'all would have won, we weren't jumping Florida State. We weren't jumping.
Oh my God,
Florida State.
Oh my God. Do you know how easy that natty?
Y'all lost the national title. Yeah, right there. Y'all lost it right there. Y'all would have beat. I still to this day think the two teams that were capable of beating Michigan were us and y'all. I think y'all would have beat the dog shit out of them. I think we would have beat them in a closer game.
Yeah.
Just styles make matchups, man. They're the only team in the country that I think the only team in the country last year that I felt like, damn, they could really fucking beat us was Washington. That was it. Like the rest of the teams in the playoff, I felt like we were gonna have a really good shot of beating them.
Think back when we played Ohio State.
Oh yeah. That shit. Oh well, Georgia just played the number 1 defense or the number 1 offense in Tennessee. Smacked the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Oh well, Georgia gets to play the number 1 offense with Ohio State. Smack the shit out. Walk them down twice. Walk them down twice.
People still don't want to. People still forget the fact they gave up 2
y'all went to war with Ohio State.
We did smack them though. I mean, we did come back.
You smacked them with the missed field goal. You smacked their emotions. You didn't smack them on the field.
Nah, I still
smacked C.J. Stroud. Okay,
listen, I'll tell you.
You
smacked Marvin Harrison. It's the only person that got smacked. You smacked him out of the game. It got you.
Ask that safety about Arian Smith too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's about it.
I'll tell you this.
Your damn ACL and concussion rings, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Kiss the rings, bitch.
That's what it takes to be a winner, KIERAN.
I mean, honestly, there's not a national championship in the last 20 years that you can't discredit a little bit. You know what I mean?
No,
other than 2019 LSU, 2019 LSU, 2020 Bama, the only 2 ones that you can't discredit. The rest of them, you can kind of be like, even our natty, it's like, well, Vince's knee was down.
Fuck that.
If Reggie Bush didn't fumble the shit, there's like.
Colt McCoy got hurt. If he didn't get hurt,
If Michael Dyer wasn't touchdown against Oregon, there's always something.
Fam, I'm a firm believer. If Brian Daboll does not walk out on that field, you have no idea how crazy that is that he's the Giants head coach. I got to root for this guy on Sundays.
You don't have to. We're Chiefs fans, brother.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to, man. Nobody is forcing you to be a Giants fan.
I don't even have an NFL team.
Same way I'm done.
Do my thing.
Yeah, You're done with the Cowgirls?
Been done. Bro, this has been the best 2 years of my life. What?
I bet it has.
Holy shit. NFL football is so fun to watch. My quarterback, bro, I'm so privileged to be a Chiefs fan. My quarterback shows up in every clutch situation like it's a fucking video game. It's crazy. I went from watching Dak Prescott, who have all the expectations to throw for 4,000 yards and all this other crazy shit, then shit his pants in front of everybody, to watching Patrick Mahomes, and it's like, damn, things are looking kind of scary, Patrick. And he's like, we win. This is what we do, bud. I was like, oh shit. Okay, Patrick, thank you. Back-to-back Super Bowls.
13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Okay, no
worries.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. It's fine.
You actually gave me too much time on the clock.
No, it's not. It's like now I'm rooting for this generation's Brady. All the luck and ref and all that shit is on Patrick Mahomes' side. So it's just it's awesome.
Low key, nobody paying attention to Sark in the background there for KIERAN.
Oh yeah, right? No, I have Alabama highlights up. Just Just,
that's
excited
gonna
to
be
take
the
over
next.
the SEC.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy for Sark.
Just for shits and giggles.
It's gonna be great.
I'm
When
really
we go into
happy
y'all
for Sark.
stadium in Athens next year and beat y'all by 10 too. It's gonna be
Good luck.
It's gonna be awesome.
Good luck.
With your new quarterback, Arch Manning. Oh,
Jada
Hey.
Rashada. It's gonna be over with. Oh yeah, it's up. Doomsday.
Let's see. All right, hold on. Let's see. Adam has a good comment. We're starting to get some comments in here. So Adam says, should VS who will go one is what it is. Michael and Kelvin Banks with Sanders number one talk. Are you talking about Shadur Sanders number one? What is that?
Michael,
I don't.
Kelvin Banks. I
Gotta
think
be.
Kelvin Banks is gonna be a first rounder. I don't know if he's gonna be.
He won't
felt
go
like- I ain't
one.
gonna lie.
I mean,
I felt like I was trying to read the teleprompter and Biden fucked me over on that one. Can't help it.
Nah, he's got
I don't know what he said. Neither does he.
Yeah, no,
Sorry, Al.
yeah. Should versus
question.
who? Who
Why
versus
should
who?
the S? Why? So Stephen G says, and this will be our last question before we go to our draft, guys. Question: why should the SEC be scared of a program that was second best in the Little 12? Because
Who won the Little 12 last year?
I guarantee you, Stephen G will comment who won a bunch before and what happened with TCU's record against Texas and all this bullshit. Either way,
Hearsay.
I still think you gotta respect it at the very least.
I mean, we're really good about playing up and down the competition, and so in the SEC,
Yeah.
obviously, you better show up and week in and week out. Go look at our our track record recently with the SEC outside of the Fayetteville debacle in 2021, where they beat us into the earth. But like KIERAN said much earlier in the podcast, we have the cats. We have the guys. We have the guys who compete, and I'm not saying they should be scared of us, but I don't think that we're as scared of the SEC as a lot of the SEC fans think that we should be, if that makes sense.
I think that's where it comes in, is like we wholeheartedly believe that we have a top 5 program in the country. And we think that our team, given the fact that that's our talent level and that's where I think our roster should be, the fact that we think we're going to perform to that level is kind of like, oh, they think they're just going to come in here and run shop when they've been bad, da-da-da-da-da. Last year's Texas team didn't look anything like the Texas teams of the 12 years before that. And that's why we're confident.
We substantially better. That's
we
why.
looked incredible. Exactly. Like we went from losing 4 games every single year in the Big 12 to winning a Big 12 championship with 1 loss on our record, then going to the playoff and losing that game. I think overall, we had a 12-win season last year. That's fucking incredible for us. Us having 10 wins was a huge thing that we had to get over anyway. So, yeah. I mean, overall, you might think that we're confident because this is the team that we have now. This is the program that we're trying to build now. Now we have one good year. It's awesome. We're going to the SEC. We still think we're capable of competing with anyone in the country. And us having Kentucky and Vanderbilt and Florida and Arkansas and A&M on our schedule isn't scaring us or making us think, oh shit, we're looking at another 8-4, 7-5 season.
Do you think that it should be concerning of any way when it comes to Kalen DeBoer, which has been a coach that we've seen Sark struggle against, now going to Bama where he actually has, I don't want to say actually has resources, but
no, 100%.
Actually has resources.
I think 100%. I think he's going to have
behind him.
Yeah, he's got a brand behind him. He's going to have the opportunity to recruit even better than he could up there. He's a dude that has done a really good job of calling plays and developing. But have we seen that over a long period of time? I don't know. Do I think he's a phenomenal coach? Yes. He's outcoached my coach in 2 big games. I think or 2 season-ending games. I think overall though, it should have you thinking, damn, we have to play Bama. Damn, we have to play Georgia. Damn, we have to play Ohio State. It's one of the bigger programs in the entire country that's performing well. It's not. I'm not losing sleep over it. It's just damn, that's what it is. They have to play us too.
Yeah. Adam does clarify. All he was saying was Williams and Banks are solid top picks. Shadur might go number 1, but to answer the question, Williams and Banks are foundation pieces. Yeah, I'm with you. At the next level, I think both of them. And the funny thing is, and you're gonna notice this, KIERAN, Texas fans in general, starts in the trenches in the SEC. Simple as that.
Yep.
Now, with that being said, it's enough Texas talk. Guys, it is draft time. All right? It's draft time. We are doing a helmet draft tonight. 3-round snake draft. And to clarify, helmet decals matter in this. So that is for clarification, right? So if you pick a helmet and you have, like, say for instance, Florida State with the Seminole, right, the Tomahawks, add to it. That's fine. It's not just the helmet; it's just decals if you need them. So I just want to be clear on that one. Now, in regards to a draft order, I don't have an idea, but I will let the guests go first. I will let the guests choose their number that they want to pick. This is a snake draft. Ghost, we're going to go with you first. G before K. What number do you want to be picked, or what number pick do you want?
I'm going 4.
You're going 4.
I'm going back to back on you.
Okay. KIERAN, what number do you want to pick?
I'll go number 1.
Go number 1. All right.
Trust my ball knowledge.
All right. Keon. K before R. So 2. I go 3. So we're, like I said, 3 rounds, snake draft. And I'll keep up with it right here. So if you pick something, I'll let you know if it's been taken, whatever the case may be. But KIERAN, you are now on the clock, sir.
Number 1, with the first overall pick in the helmet draft, I'm going to be taking the Ohio State University. I think there's not a more iconic college football helmet than that silver and scarlet with all those decals. Especially at the end of the season, they look really, really tough with all of the decals on them.
Now, question here. Well, we'll get to it. I'll save it for later, just in case. All right, so that is the number 1 pick, Ohio State, for KIERAN. All right, number 2, Keon, you are on the clock.
Give me them Oregon Ducks, baby. Go Ducks.
Let's go.
That ain't a bad pick. That's not a bad pick.
You get all helmets with that pick?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
One pick.
It comes with the whole collection.
I got 100 helmets to choose from.
That's tough.
Listen, my homerism tells me 1 pick, but I'm debating if I want something iconic. I don't know. This is going to be tough.
So you're saying your mind is telling you no.
But my
body. But my body is telling me yes.
All right, I'm doing it. Give me Georgia. And now this is where I get hold on.
Groundbreaking. No one saw
this.
Shut up. Do I get the dog bones from back in the day?
You do.
Whatever. You get whatever helmet
I'm cool
they
with
have
the
in
dog
their history.
bones.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, growing up, the dog bones on the back of the Georgia helmet, I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
That's a good one.
I had to clarify if I could get the dog bones. But give me the Georgia with the dog bones.
Yeah, why'd y'all get rid of the dog bones?
Good question.
Look. Kirby is a big tradition guy from when he played. That's why you only saw the black jerseys one time. And we'll never wear them shits again.
Y'all lost that game, right?
We sure did.
Yeah.
Bama, right? 07 or
I don't want to go back to memories.
Anyway,
we've all got a Bama story.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Ghost, you are up, sir.
With a double dip?
You get to you end the first round and start the second.
Let's see here. Give me Michigan and Florida State. If I get the decals.
All right. It is now on my time. I don't know if there's a more iconic helmet than Notre Dame. It's gold, but at the same time, the alternate with the green clover leaf in there.
Wait, Ghost, what were your 2 again?
Michigan and Florida State.
He got Michigan and Florida State. Good choices. Very good choices.
Yeah. Traditional as hell, but yeah.
You just went Notre Dame. Got you.
Mm-hmm. Keon, you are on the clock.
Sheesh. Give me. Wait, you already said Florida State, right? Damn.
Yes, he did.
Hold on.
Why would I want to say Bama? That is a basic fucking helmet.
No, it definitely is a basic fucking helmet. Give me Maryland.
I see that.
I like
with
that.
the fucking
I don't even know what
quad
it is,
flag
but-
thing.
It's the flag. No,
The
it's
Maryland
the state
flag?
flag. It's the state flag. I get it.
That's
Yeah.
what it is,
I get it.
I got a great one.
KIERAN, now KIERAN is in it. So these are your last two picks. Your last two
I'm
picks.
going with the only school with probably the only school that doesn't have as many helmet combinations as Oregon, but they have more than everyone else. Going TCU Horned Frogs.
Yeah. Dang it, man.
That
That was a good
chrome
one.
doesn't
That's a
look
good one.
bad.
The
That's a
chrome,
good
the
one.
lizard skin, the black chrome,
I mean, bro, you got 50 options. You're gonna find some sick
the
ones.
black and purple killer color combination too.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
One
You
more?
also get to go. Yep. This is your final pick.
Oh, this is my final pick.
Yeah, you start
Mhm.
the third
Damn.
round.
You know what, man? Homer Remy wants to take it. It's just iconic. And damn. I'm not going to. Let me think.
I left it for you, brother.
I feel like we almost have to, just because I'm trying to think if there's anything else that like
This
Has
is
Better
aura.
than
there's so
that
many
has some
options
aura.
still
Like
out
the
there.
Texas helmet has aura, bro. Like
This
it's
yeah,
Texas.
this
you know what I mean?
still so this there's still so many good ones.
There's
out there.
great ones out there. I'm thinking.
And well, trust me, we're gonna talk about some that were left off the list. I promise. You have to.
Come on, KIERAN, you got one. I like so many of them. You know what, man?
It's really hard to break it
It's
down.
really tough. I mean, who has just like a freaking filthy one? I'm going style points now. I already got the classic like aura having, traditional one with Ohio State. I need something that has like this is gonna be the wildest pick of the night, guarantee. San Diego State Aztecs.
yes. That's a
It's
good one.
clean.
Turn me up.
That is pretty
That
clean.
that
was
Aztec
clean.
helmet is so hard. Yeah, I'm going with that.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
going with that.
Throw back.
Keon, you are now on the clock. Last pick.
Oh, damn. I only get one. This is crazy. Shit. See, this is very difficult. I hate
I'm
being the
surprised
last
you
pick.
haven't. I'm surprised Keon hasn't said one of them. I know what he's thinking. He should be thinking this.
So I got it narrowed down, but ooh,
I'm surprised he hasn't said Penn State yet.
no, because that shit's plain as hell.
It's just
Basic
plain.
white.
That shit because it's white.
There's one whole stripe on there.
Yeah,
These white helmets are dangerous.
no one is.
No
to
one
go
is to
near
go
them.
near them.
Man.
Dangerous. No one is to go near them.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
I was like, wait, what's
Just had that
going
one
on?
cooked up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely talking about Lat Makaki on here, brother.
Yeah, no, we've
Oh,
definitely done that. ad
When you got
nauseam.
the exciting whites, that's all you got to do.
Yeah,
That was well played.
and then when him and Lad,
Slow down, baby. You cheating asses.
Oh, that's funny.
all right,
Man.
give me LSU.
Damn, that's the one I was thinking about. It's a
Give
good,
me
it's a
LSU.
good
That's a
helmet.
good one.
It's a good helmet.
All right.
I
This
was
is
hoping
my
no one else
final,
took it for the Aura.
my final pick here. Oh, man, this is tough. There's some good ones. I've got two of them, and they're from this state. They're from this state. I don't know if I don't know
Let's
if
hear
I
it.
want. I don't know
Let's
if I
hear
want ECU or UNC.
Let's
torn
go
on
with the Tar Heels, baby.
That Argyle is. I hate it because I'm a Duke fan, but that shit's
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Argyle
Tar
Tar
Heels,
Heels,
baby. Tar
Got
Heels.
like that center stripe.
Let's go,
there.
Heels.
But
Yes, sir.
Let's
if you haven't seen ECU's helmet collection,
No, boy.
that shit's clean.
Oh.
They're all clean. Give me UNC though, man. That Argyle is
I like
clean.
that.
Let's go
I like
Heels,
that.
baby.
That's a great
What?
pick. As soon as Coach Johnson played at ECU, I've watched some guys since then just for the unis. They've been trash a couple of years, but still they're worth it.
I mean, if you get that Argyle with the old '90s style jerseys that they wear.
I mean, they switch it up between the baby blue and the navy and the white. Like they do a good job of it.
It's still so messed up what y'all did to Coach K, by the way, at the end of his career. That was so tough.
Well deserved.
Don't bring that shit up.
Put him in a coffin.
Damn.
Squad. Oh, sorry.
On the baby blue side of the rivalry.
All right, Ghost is rounding us off here, finishing.
Oh yeah, one more. All right, I've got who do I have? Michigan and Florida State. So.
You have Michigan and Florida State, yes.
All right, so a lot of pretty standard there. I was going to say, or North Carolina was definitely one of the final options. But another North Carolina school that you didn't mention that I like a lot, and I think I'm going to take it, but give me North Carolina State, actually. The red helmet with the wolf on the side, the little wolf guy.
It's all right.
I kind of mess with it, man. Yeah.
It's all good.
Far cry from my other two, but.
So I'm gonna read off everyone's picks here. Okay. So KIERAN, you have Ohio State, TCU, San Diego State. KIERAN, you have Oregon, Maryland, LSU. I have Georgia, Notre Dame, UNC, and Ghost, you have Michigan, Florida State, and NC State.
This was a very fun competition. I appreciate y'all for trying.
Yeah,
I won this.
Yeah, now clearly I took y'all to the woodshed for real.
Yeah, I mean it was really doomsday.
This is a Georgia podcast.
Maryland
Dog bones are going to be brought back.
Maryland was nasty. Maryland's the only one that was nasty. They have some bad helmets, brother.
No, they have some nice ones. Some really
I think for me, like I almost got, but when you add the dog bones, the Georgia helmet just adds a pop to it.
I will agree there.
Mistake, David.
It's not a mistake. San Diego State like that pick. Now let's be unbiased here. Mm-hmm. Which pick do you think would probably be the most underrated pick out of those selections?
I think KIERAN won, and TCU and San Diego State are pretty freaking insane. That's top notch. Being real,
Adam is saying KIERAN's got this. No USC. Listen, we don't. Nah, sorry. It's iconic, but I don't care for that.
I thought about USC. It's iconic, but there's not enough variety.
It is plain.
Not enough flavor in there, man. It's just that one helmet.
Definitely, Steven. I agree. I think the field won. We all lose tonight.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Any honorable mentions here? Were there any ones? We'll start with Ghost first. Was there one specific that if you could add a fourth, what would it be?
A fourth helmet?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're only did three.
Right.
But if you had that option, if you had a fourth, what would it be?
I know what mine would have been.
I mean, this is in honor of a Georgia podcast, and I mean, obviously Georgia's been taken. I really do like your helmet. I think it's sick. I like the crossbones and everything, but I think that Auburn's helmet literally just shits on your helmet, brothers. I think Auburn has a sick helmet.
Auburn's helmet is dope. Yeah,
Auburn's helmet's pretty clean, guys.
Yeah.
So,
blue and orange don't actually go together. So,
they doing what mine would have been.
What about
my other two? Boise State. They have some sick ass combinations too. Hawaii's are oh my gosh, especially with the outline of the islands on the side now that they're doing that shit's damn. That's my dynasty team, by the way. Hawaii's up there. I thought about Navy with especially the
was only for the Army Navy game. Only that one. Game.
I thought
Oklahoma State.
That was another one.
The pistol
that
shit's crazy.
Yes,
check this one out.
Crazy.
I'm a Duke fan. But have you noticed it? Have y'all seen the Duke script helmets?
Yeah.
The Duke script helmets
with the black jerseys.
They're tough.
Yeah.
That's just something else. I think. Well, but there's another one. Hold on. Ole Miss. The powder blue helmet.
The baby
powder blue.
No,
powders.
Did they do it last year or the year before? The white one with
the camo,
like the tie-dye looking one.
It was the mossy oak camo.
Yeah.
That shit
Tulane?
Was hard. That was
like Tulane over here in the comments. You got Tulane's helmets are pretty sick.
I like their color.
They do the powder blue one too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the
the
powder
powder
blue. I
blue.
forgot the
Yeah,
powder blue. was
that's
cool,
what
yeah.
I was referencing.
I just don't like the powder blue with green combo. I think like that's.
It's definitely Ole Miss has a better color combo.
No, Ole Miss. Let me think. The Ole Miss helmet. Like, okay, if y'all had to pick y'all's like top 3, like whatever combination, like it's that specific one. So like it could be like the chrome Oregon Duck one that they did during the Rose Bowl against Wisconsin, or like whichever one. Like if y'all had to give y'all's top 3, who would y'all's be? Like very specifically.
I like the old.
Very
I like
specifically.
I like the UO Oregon. The UO. The white one.
The
with the
UO
UO.
one, yeah.
I like that one. I like the purple chrome TCU. I thought that was clean. I thought that was really cool.
I like the blood frog one too. The
Give
little
me
purple
the-
matte
give me
one with the blood.
The purple map. Yeah.
Give me ECU's. Give me a black ECU helmet
go
with the pirate with the North Carolina State outline. I like that
nice. Nice. Give me the smoky gray Texas Techs. Yes, sir.
Those are tough.
Let me
I remember it was
Listen,
hard for me to hate Texas Tech whenever
this
Michael
is
Crabtree
so
did that shit
tough.
because I thought their uniforms were so tough.
The jerseys,
Especially back in 2008.
So
2008 with the
clean.
black. Have you seen they switched to Adidas now and their unis are sick again?
Yes,
I was like,
that white boy.
Crazy.
We didn't even
white
talk
shit.
about Washington's helmets, like the chrome helmet that they do.
Yeah. The thing is,
that is
they're
pretty
gold.
mean.
They're like little shining gold ones, like cool. It's the variety though. I feel like I don't know.
I think Oklahoma State's like their blackout.
Iowa's a sleeper. Stephen G says Iowa's a sleeper.
Their helmets?
It's just, the black and yellow is like a great just color combination.
I like
make
their
them look
helmets,
cool.
but I just don't know if they're elite.
Oh, you know which one we left
What
off?
about Miami?
UCF.
UCF
UCF space
UCF.
ones.
They do got some good ones.
Yeah.
I think
UCF,
Miami's
and then the
interesting,
Miami black jerseys.
Yeah.
Black jerseys.
I knew I
black
was thinking
helmet.
of one that I couldn't
Or
remember
black
about
helmet.
Miami.
Western Kentucky had a couple of crazy ones. Oh, UNC had that UNC had the Tar Heel one, the chrome like with the Tar
chrome.
Heel.
Oh, with the foot? Yeah. That was pretty mean.
Selfishly, well, I don't even say selfishly because I'm not like really a Houston rep and dude, but I love the Oiler color scheme. Like it's like my favorite.
Mhm.
Bro,
Dude,
when
that-
Houston
yeah, I get
Houston
that.
did that, this past year, like the Houston with and they ended up having to like not use it anymore because the city or the Oilers, like Tennessee Titans, like sued them or some shit.
Is that when they had the crazy
said
last
maybe-
minute win?
What about SMU?
Yes.
Yeah, West Virginia or something.
Yeah,
it was
SMU.
wild.
SMUs
SMU,
are
the
cool,
black
especially
helmet?
now that they started going Dallas
true.
on their shit. It's tough.
Yeah, with the
Own it,
triple D
baby.
sign on it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that shit's cool.
I don't know. Just
There's-
specific
I
helmet
know
though.
that Arizona State was sparky.
Ooh,
For
I
some reason,
almost admitted
I
an
did,
absolute sin, and I won't do it.
Gone ahead. We're already here.
Nah, I can't. Oh, Oklahoma's like a couple of the matte with like they were kind of tough. The crimson and cream one with the matte was kind of tough. Like they whooped our ass in them, but they were kind of tough. I was like, damn.
Make sure to clip that part. You got to clip that part right there.
That's
Just
crazy.
1 hour 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee you, an Oklahoma fan's gonna hop on that immediately.
Yeah. No. It's ridiculous.
Kieran said he loved our jerseys. He's a fan.
Ooh, what do you guys think about Missouri? I feel like they have they have the block letter M. Then they also have the actual tiger symbol. Their Nike Pro Combats went crazy. I remember that.
They're on the
when
come up
everyone was doing the Pro
crazy,
Combat stuff. Them and then
That
Florida.
2011. Hold on, that 2011 Pro Combat shit was nasty. I did not like it.
Oh, the 2011 one, 2009 Pro Combat killed. Went crazy.
Yeah,
That was fine. The 2011 version
yeah.
was shit.
2011
Like, you had
Pro
Florida
Combats
with
were
the-
ass.
Y'all remember? Hold on. Y'all remember Florida with the actual gator look?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was
Gator skin
nasty.
look?
Yes.
That was nasty.
Oh no, that's trash.
That was
yeah.
the one though with the one with Florida. I think it was like SEC championship that they lost to Alabama or whatever, where they wore the white helmets with the F.
Well,
I thought that looked tough. I thought that looked tough.
Sorry, you ain't gonna hear me say shit like that.
dude, I agree with you, Kieran. That was mean.
They look cool. They had some cool ones. That was back when like the whole thing was like, oh, you have like this little pinstripe thing or whatever. Like everyone, like the fly knit or whatever it was. Like, what the hell is this, Nike? They just sold us bullshit time and time again, bro. We just ate it up.
But they knew we would eat it up, though.
Bro, I was out there paying $15 to $18 for Nike fucking Elite socks. Y'all remember that?
Everybody
Just to
was-
have a stripe
Yes.
on the back of my Achilles,
Yes.
bro. I was paying
Nah, hold
$20 for some
on.
sock.
Wait,
Yeah.
you had 20 per pair because you had to match every outfit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, it was ridiculous.
There's no
No,
other
in
way.
South Dallas, we just started doing this thing to get them. It's called stealing. So we used to just go in there and just
sounds a little like South Dallas.
Yeah. Take those, man. It was a good time.
Is that where the
No,
double
did he?
socks came from?
Oh no, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double socks with the Sperry's
The
on.
double socks with the Sperry's with the Nike Pro Combat, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. That is Dallas attire. What do you mean?
Hey, feet were
Premium.
hot at the end of the day. Feet were kicking.
Arcing.
At football practice, straight corn chips smell in the locker room, bro. It was bad.
Oh yeah,
but,
it's awful.
It was a good time.
Smell like you ran through a swamp.
That was
but
my
it was
youth,
only-
man.
just
That was my
walking.
youth. Bring back the Nike Pro Combat side.
Adam
Bring
says
back Sperry's.
so-
This shit was
Stephen
Not
G
it.
says Oklahoma's anthracite ones are nice. Just gonna say, and then Adam says if Texas ever goes with a matte burnt orange helmet, I don't know about that.
Nah.
Don't know about that.
I think a matte white helmet with the old Bevo logo
Listen,
would go
question.
crazy.
Question.
Yes.
I want to get y'all's
Devo.
opinion on this. I want to get y'all's opinion on this. Kieran, I know you followed your recruiting enough. Ghost, you might. If Georgia ever pops off a fucking icy white helmet like we have in our recruiting photos,
Yeah, I don't know why y'all don't. I mean, well, I guess Kirby, but
yeah,
that's
why.
exactly
That's
why
why.
we go.
That's
Yeah,
why.
Tradition,
that's-
like you
that's-
said.
the thing is, it's
I mean-
all about your color schemes, man. It's about what you can do with it, right?
That's-
So whenever you
yeah.
have two base colors, it's like, when your two colors are black and red, black is literally a school color of y'all's. That's sick. Like it's just red, and then you don't really have anything else to play with. Like it's
Black,
cool.
red,
Yeah,
and
hold
what?
on.
Silver.
Speaking of, what
Yeah.
about Louisville's
silver,
helmet
yeah.
with that little L, like the little
Like the
fancy
all black
red-
matte one, or
The thing, okay,
It's
I will
the-
say
the
this though
red
too.
chrome.
I will say
Red
this:
crown? Oh yeah, okay.
the right player. This is just across college football in general. The right player being exciting makes any fucking uniform look so clean.
Yes.
Penn State's uniforms are hot dog water.
Yes.
When
Like,
Saquon Barkley
they're-
was in that bitch, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
damn, Penn State kind of got some uniforms on them.
Really? They
Yeah.
really put that shit on for real.
Exactly. Having some good accessories and a cold ass player. I didn't think West Virginia was all that crazy. Tavon Austin wearing that shit.
Hold
Clean
on.
as
What
hell.
about hold on. Have you saw the
Fucking Geno Smith.
Reggie
you
Bush
talking
made a
about
USC uniform that's
A&M.
traditional as hell. Looks so cool.
A&M's jerseys are dog water, and you have
Johnny
celebrities
Manziel.
wearing Johnny Manziel. I mean,
Johnny
like,
Manziel
the-
went to
the
A&M,
two-
they started wearing the
two
blacks.
stripes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, they were
Mhm.
cleaner, but that first year they just had like the two stripes. Like that was.
I'm so happy we didn't play them them years. A&M was cool for a couple of years.
In 2012, they had
Texas,
a 460
Johnny
on
Manziel
it.
was so popular. A&M was cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna be
The
really
school
honest
with-
about Johnny. I'm gonna be really honest about Johnny. Like,
Real and two in.
we were like
Male
pregnant with our
cheerleaders.
first kid.
ever loving assless chip wearing?
You said what about
That's
Johnny?
Oh no, I'm saying I'll be real honest with him. I was like we were pregnant with our first kid and stuff that fall, doing late November. Like, and honestly, I was like a hater. Like, they lose their first game, I think Florida of the year or whatever, because
Yeah.
of a hurricane and everything. So I didn't get to watch. He gets pushed back, and I'm living in College Station at the time. People are just raving about this guy, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not watching this cat. The first time I turned it on, I swear to you, the first time I watched Johnny play in 2012 was when they played Alabama. And I was just like, oh my God, who is this kid? I mean,
He was crazy.
not the type of player I ever expected to see in maroon and white for sure.
Yeah. I think I was too young to like really grasp the whole A&M Texas like beef at that time. Like I was like, I think about to start my freshman year of high school. I was like 12, 13, something like that. And like, obviously I knew like A&M, little bro, didn't really think anything of it. So I got to watch that without like the whole like beef sort of like thing behind it. And
Whole
I was
different
just like, damn,
perspective,
he's like, and no, that I'll be honest, that stretch, I'll ask y'all this though too, just a general college football question. I feel like that stretch, even from like those years, Heisman winners felt different then than they do now. Heisman winners the past couple of years don't feel like, oh,
it's all
this is a
quarterback.
Heisman.
It's all quarterback.
It's all quarterback, but then also it was still quarterback then, but they did it with panache. You had Cam Newton come out there. Yeah, Cam Newton just took over college football. Then after that, it was RG3 took over college. Even though RG3 wasn't on that great of a team, everyone's like, "Oh shit, y'all watch RG3 play? Holy shit!" Then you went to Johnny. Then you went to Jameis. Marcus Mariota the year after wasn't as polarizing because people weren't staying up and watching them games. But if you actually watched him play, he was like, oh shit, this is a real Heisman winner. The year after that, I think it started to lose its aura a little bit. Like Derrick Henry, awesome. It was great. Derrick Henry, national champion, all that other shit. But I feel like the past couple of years, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, that's sick.
I like it.
No, that's crazy.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I like it.
That was a great pick. That was a phenomenal pick.
Appreciate it.
That helmet is
Appreciate
tough. Yeah,
That
no, but
was
I feel like the Heisman winners have just kind of lost their luster. Yeah, they've lost their luster a little bit just because.
I mean, there's no not Adrian Pierce who didn't win a Heisman, but there's not Reggie Bush, that type of character, Tim Tebow, like you're saying, Cam, the polarizing
Joe
figure
Burrow
to dominate the headline.
Yeah. That's a Heisman winner.
That's a
Devontae
Heisman
Smith,
winner.
that was a Heisman winner.
That's a
Even
Heisman
though
winner.
Devontae's like a little quiet, like 2,000-yard season, he was freaking ridiculous. I feel like after that, it's kind of been.
That's why I picked Georgia first. I just something about that shit. I loved it.
Give me Auburn, dog.
When you got fuck that, and fuck it, Auburn, and fuck what they stand for.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. Cam Newton.
We got a good question over here.
I'll be honest. Cam Newton made me play with Auburn on NCAA football sometimes, bro.
Who did it? Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. We got some questions here. I'll read them off. Trusser says, "What about the Wyoming Pistons shit color schemes? I ain't worried about that. That's why I'm gonna leave it there." KIERAN, do you want the Southwest Conference back?
Absolutely not. No.
All right.
I'm gonna leave all those bums in the past.
What do the hosts think of Texas A&M fan base, Colt?
Listen, man, I'm in a very happy mood tonight. It's crazy. It's weird. I'm usually a hater.
Yes.
A&M's fan base is so culty and so uncomfortable. It's wild. But also at the same time, they have to be that to enjoy what their school is. Their school has not won a national title since our grandparents were born, brother. Like in any of the big sports. In men's basketball, men's baseball,
people want to give us shit for 40 years before we won our title, man.
Bro, they haven't won shit ever. Like since me and Keanu were capable of walking around comfortably.
Their last national
during the
championship
daylight.
in the
Like, no, it's
1939
ridiculous.
Dust Bowl.
But I will to flip that to a positive. I will say in the state of Texas, there's not a better game day atmosphere than an A&M game. They get riled. They love that program. They're gonna show up. They know how dog shit it is, but because it's such a cult, they're gonna show up every single Saturday and they're gonna turn that bitch up. And it's loud and it's crazy. It's not a rough place to play. EA College Football 25. Stop lying to these people and saying that shit was a fucking number one hardest place to play. It's ridiculous. Wow. Having that shit ranked behind LSU and Alabama and Georgia, ridiculous. I understand them being ranked above us, but
KIERAN, I got a question for you.
It's crazy.
All right, this is for whoever wants to answer. Which one is more cringe, Texas A&M fan base or Dabo Swinney in a strip club?
Visual of Dabo Swinney in a strip club is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I can't see it, so I'm gonna have to go with the Aggie fan base.
God told me to tip you that $2 bill.
I have a great rapport with the Aggies on social media and everything because I married an Aggie. The College Station was great to me and my family for 10 years. But at the same time, saw some weird things, heard some weird things. The way they feel about us, I just feel like is so over the top. And but I have a lot of respect for them. And like KIERAN said, they're the way they are is different. It's unique. It's special in their own way. I don't think that we'll concede to call it special, but that's what they do. The people there, the athletes there, they all seem to eat that up and they're all about it. At the same time, though, at some point, if I'm 65 and I'm an Aggie and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, do I want to keep going through this? Like, do I keep going through this pain? And like, I might have 20, 25 years left. Like, do I spend it right here rooting for Jimbo Fisher-led program? Obviously not anymore, but I mean,
the lies that they told is crazy. Also, that's
damn, son, where'd you find this?
Bro. Dabo Swinney sitting in a strip club while dirty soda on the styrofoam is over the fucking loudspeakers.
Eating lemon pepper wings at Magic City.
A BBL queen twerking in his face in Magic City. It's ridiculous, bro.
Now that's doing the Lord's work.
This is crazy. I'm tipping you. No, that's wow. Dabo's an insane person.
Yes.
Also, not using it's going to be crazy to watch a coach lose his job and go from being a multiple national champion like level coach to like losing his job because he's just going 9-3, 8-4 every year. At a place like Clemson, which 9-3 and 8-4 has been like the standard their entire like history before him, that's gonna end up losing him his job because he won't use the transfer portal.
7-5 and 6
Oh,
and
absolutely.
6.
I think this ass
Basically
whipping that they're going to take week 1 is going to actually help propel their program. As crazy as it sounds.
They got to get him out of there. But then also at the same time, whenever this name, image, and likeness thing came out, Clemson was always going to be the program that hurt the most from it. Does Clemson have big-time SEC program money? Big-time Big Ten money? No.
Got no pull. That place ain't got no pull outside the lake, Hartwell.
The majority of their college football history, outside of some time in the 70s, is what Dabo Swinney has done.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson was solid. They were never a powerhouse.
Ever.
And now you have a school that doesn't have the same funding as a Georgia and Alabama, a LSU, a Florida, a Texas, a Ohio State, a USC.
Shit, a Miami.
And Miami. And now it's about money. And your coach is burying you. You had an opportunity. If Dabo was able to adapt, the trajectory of the program might be a completely different situation. Yeah. But it's bad. Like it's really bad there. And I don't think they see like the writing on the wall, which is the worst part.
KIERAN, the problem is this. I grew up, obviously, y'all know I'm born and raised here. Clemson was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
My whole childhood. They were horrible. Until Dabo Swinney got there is when that program really shot up and did what it's supposed to do. There is a term, Clemsoning, and that shit used to be 100% what happened. 100%. That shit don't happen anymore under him. People forget that. It's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be a very difficult decision for the big wigs at Clemson when that day comes.
Yeah. Because
you got to understand, from that perspective, outside of 1981, they hadn't done a goddamn thing. So the fact that Dabo Swinney got them consistently good for the decade or more, that's hard to pull away from.
Yeah.
Just how far do you fall behind though? Because I mean, they're gonna.
This is why you have to pull the Band-Aid off sooner. Because
I agree.
if you wait too long, Dabo's going to pull that program back down to where it was.
Yep.
If you don't adapt, you give yourself the reason to move on and get somebody that will do that. If you don't want to spend the money, you don't spend the money. That's on you.
The worst trait of a failing coach is a lack of adaptability. It's the reason why Tom Herman failed. It's the reason why Urban Meyer started falling apart later on. You have to be able, and Urban, like, he's able to save himself because, one, he runs the program. He's more of a GM. Like, he was able to adapt early on, realize my play calling style is outdated and whatnot. Cool. Your ability to adapt is everything. It's why Nick Saban is the greatest coach of all time. He adapted through, I have to build my program. I have to recruit better than everyone else. I have to start defending. I have to go to a spread offense. I need to be able to push the ball downfield and have an elite quarterback rather than just a quarterback that's serviceable. Running back isn't going to be as important. I still need to be able to win national championships later on when I don't have an all-world guy back there. He did all of that, and he was still capable of competing towards the end of his career. Even last year, made the playoff. That's also why the Jim Harbaugh ring pisses me off, because it's like, you just had COVID helped you have all of your guys out-muscle everyone. Anyway, and you ducked the two teams that beat you. But I digress. So, I hate Michigan. Damn it. Why did y'all let that happen?
Let's wrap it. Let's wrap
You took AD from us.
Let's wrap the show on that note, because I want to let people know it's fuck Michigan. So I want to wrap the show on that note.
I'm excited we get to actually play them, though, and beat the living dog shit out of them. And I'm going to find every kid that DM'd me and said, yeah, fuck you, Michigan, natty, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to let them fucking hear it. Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm there with me, my best friend, and my best friend's dad. It's his birthday. It's my birthday as well. So I'm going to be celebrating 26 years old by watching us put belt to ass on some fucking Ann Arbor Michiganites.
I got birthday weekend is Georgia game, so let's go 2-0, and that's
what I'm talking about.
Most of the battle, bro. Most of the battle there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a 1-1 weekend.
Sounds like a 2-0.
1-0 at a time.
There you go.
Oh, you're gonna be sick when we beat y'all, Keon, and you bought tickets to the game.
No,
you drove down to Austin and you spent all that money. Ooh.
You know what's gonna be crazy? When I look you in your face and say your team is trash, and you have to deal with that.
That's crazy.
That's some nasty motherfucking work right
I'm so
there.
excited to be in the SEC, man.
Some nasty motherfucking
Oh,
work
look
right
at
there.
you.
Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Came prepared.
That's
Hey,
great.
so obviously, listen, thanks guys for coming on, bringing us a Texas perspective, what to expect in the SEC, what y'all's expectations are for the SEC. Obviously, talking football, do our draft, all this good stuff. KIERAN, Ghost, where can people find y'all if they want to follow y'all?
I guess I'll go first. At Care Bear KIERAN on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's probably the platform I use the least now. It's kind of weird. I upload most of my stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and now just getting the YouTube channel started as well. New video dropping next week.
Ghosted.
Yeah, I don't reply to DMs normally. I feel like you gotta
I know,
catch me.
man. I know.
I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, it is.
Kidding.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. But thank you guys for having me, man. It was an absolute blast being on here, dog, and I enjoyed it so much.
Who's the real UT?
The University of Texas, 100%.
I mean, technically, they were founded
There you
first.
go.
And we're more South than Tennessee ever will be. So we're real SEC.
Ghost, where can people follow you, man?
Twitter, just created a YouTube channel actually today. Got a podcast dropping on the 30th, first episode. Gonna have a fun little start there. Instagram, all that is at 40 Acre Vibes. We keep it chill. We're just hanging out, having a good time, talking our ball. But yeah, man, just kind of getting the journey started here in the last couple of years. Kind of turned into something I had no idea. Didn't think we'd be doing stuff like this. So definitely appreciate the hospitality, gentlemen, bringing us on. Thank you for the big welcome to the SEC. October 19th. Can't get here soon enough, guys.
That is a
without
fact.
a fucking fact on that
Fact.
Texas fun.
Guys, with that being said, make sure go to dgdpodcast.com, shop our sponsors, Apotheos, and Alumni Hall.
We'll put on for one more win. Texas fight. For Texas and we're the best. Give them hell. Georgia eats shit. And it's goodbye to all the rest. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We ain't
Hook 'em
letting that
horns,
slide.
baby.
No,
Hook 'em
hold
horns,
on.
man. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait a
I'll
damn.
see y'all. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Wait a minute.
Talking to y'all.
With that being said, make sure to go to DG. You earned it, KIERAN. You earned it.
That's cool, man.
No, in all seriousness, go to dgdpodcast.com. Go to our sponsors. Thanks for Apotheos and Alumni Hall for sponsoring the show. Listen, get the best coffee in the business with Apotheos Roastery and get geared up if you're a Georgia fan at Alumni Hall. Use code CCC at checkout for Apotheos. Get 20% going to the collective. Get free shipping on your order. Use our website. 8% goes to the Classic City Collective if you use our website. With that being said, we're going to wrap this thing up. Welcome to the SEC Texas. Have a great evening, good morning, whenever you're listening or watching. And with that being said, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Have a good one, guys.